What's going on, guys? My name is Zach Vago, aka the Weight Loss Professor, and in episode number 6 of my Weight Loss University, we are going to be discussing the best and the worst protein bars on a weight loss journey and what ideally you should be looking for on a nutrition label when it comes to picking the ideal protein bar for yourself when you are on a diet for weight loss. Let's dive right in. So, what you want to ideally be looking at is the calories and the macronutrients. What the macronutrients are contains the fats, the total carbohydrates, and the protein. It doesn't matter specifically what in each category. So for like fats, don't worry about your saturated, your trans, or even carbs, don't worry about the sugars or the fibers too much. Let's purely focus in on the protein and the calories, which is what I like to call the protein to calorie ratio. But let's dive in with my first example of a no cow s'mores protein bar. A little bit costly at about $50. I don't know how many per box, but it's costly nonetheless. But let's dive right in. So 20 grams of protein, and there's 4 calories per 1 gram of protein. So we're going to start doing the math here. And 190 calories in total. So what we're going to do is 20 times 4, 80 calories of the 190 comes from protein. So what you do is take the 20 times 4, 20 grams of protein, times 4 is 80, divide 190 by 80. So 80 divided by 190, 42% of calories comes from protein. That's an ideal percentage. I mean, that right there, anything above, I'd say, if I was talking about for myself, I would say anything above 40% is a very good pure protein source that I would recommend on a weight loss journey. If you were trying to just do this for health purposes and you didn't really care about losing body fat or any weight in general and just trying to be healthy, any protein bar that's above over probably 20% is okay. But those are, I'm going to show you some examples of protein sources that have low to mid 20 percentage of total calories coming from protein, and the macros are absolutely horrendous. You're not going to hit a protein goal the lower percentage of calories from protein it is. I would aim, if I was you, to be hitting a 40% minimum when it comes to calories from protein. So let's dive into the next example. No cow protein bars, huge W at over 42% of protein. So no cow s'mores protein bars, or even no cow protein bars probably in general, if they have this macro split, absolute thumbs up if it's pushing 42% of total calories coming from protein. So the next up is the Kirkland brand, which is actually my favorite protein bar, and I think they're incredible for macros. 22 grams of protein times your 4 divided by the total of 180. Nearly 50% of total calories are protein. That's 50%. 50% of the total bar is literally protein. That sounds stupid. Imagine that. Why eat a protein bar that is pretty much a candy bar at 20% of total calories coming from protein when you could get a protein bar that's 50% protein? And by the way, they're what, $1? Aren't these Kirkland protein bars? I mean, inflation's probably got it up a few more cents, but they used to be, I think, what was it, 24 for $24? It might have been 24 of them for like $26. It was stupid. Like the amount that you got two 12 packs, I thought. I don't know. Either way, Kirkland bars, so good, priced efficient. Half of the calories are pure protein. It's insane. High quality protein. Processed as any protein bar would be, but generally a little bit more healthier than some of the other protein bars that you get out there. 16 grams of dietary fiber, incredible. 5 grams of fat, incredible. You're not going to get much better than that. The first two examples here of the no cow and the Kirkland protein bars, two of the best options out there in terms of total calories coming from protein. So now let's look at these Power Crunch bars, which are absolutely horrendous, but let's run through the numbers first before I start flaming it without you guys understanding the numbers. So 52 calories of the 220 come from protein. Divide the 52, which is 13 times 4, by the 220. 24% of total calories comes from protein. So this is what I mean by the normal recommended percentage for a protein source is 20% of total calories being of protein, but that's stupid. And here's why. So there's more fat than protein in this bar, And there are nearly as much total carbs than protein in this bar, and it has no fiber. So it's different if you were comparing either the No Cow protein bar or the Kirkland protein bar, because sure, it has more carbs than protein, but majority of those carbs are fiber. So you could subtract it, get a net carb difference, and it doesn't really account for more calories from protein since the fibers will subtract total carbs. So look, 24 grams, but 16 of them are fibers. So that's where you can really look at the fiber in addition to the carbs to try to make like a net in your head and then compare it to just the protein number if you're not trying to count calories. So the carbs alone are almost more than the protein without fiber. Horrible. Absolutely horrendous. 24% of total calories from protein. This is labeled as a protein bar if you were in the store. Protein energy bar. I'm going to throw up. I had clients who would eat stuff like this or RX bars, things that are just labeled as protein bars, but they're not really protein bars. And I had to get them off it because it's ruining their weight loss journey. It's not a protein bar. It's purely just a fat bar. And I'm saying that just because it's insanely high in calories just coming from fat and carbs. I won't even necessarily call it an energy bar. 11 grams of carbs isn't really going to give you too much energy. I might as well just have a serving of broccoli if I wanted that many carbs. Let's go on to the next example. Keep things moving. Fit Crunch, Robert Irvine, whatever his name is. Let's blow this up. 16 grams of protein out of 190 calories. I know a lot of people like these protein bars. A lot of people swear by these, but 34% total calories from protein. So this is where you're in the mid-level. You're in the not the worst, not the best here. This is more of like, okay, I'm trying to still have good flavor and have decent macros. This is where this falls into. Um, no fiber, as you can see, 16 grams of carbs, so still kind of has the same carbs as it does protein. Not ideal. We want a protein bar, not a carb energy bar, but it is what it is. As I said before, there are better options, there are worse options. This is a mediocre middle tier of a protein bar. Let's go to Gatorade. I wanted to throw this one in there because I know how horrendous this is, but only 20 grams of protein per 350 calories. So 80 calories comes from protein. You divide that by 350, 23% of total calories comes from protein. And if you remember, I think that was the exact same number as the Power Crunch bar. And this is only 220 calories for 13 grams. But this is 20 grams for 350 calories. That's horrendous. This is almost a meal replacement bar with only 20 grams of protein. So if you were to eat a chicken breast, you would get what, 24 grams of protein with half of the calories, less than half the calories. That's what's insane about this. Why not just eat a chicken breast instead of one of these protein bars? And I know people are eating these thinking they're losing weight because it's one from the most well-known supplement fitness company to ever be made. It's Gatorade. It's literally like the most fitness athlete type of company out there. And they label it as a protein bar. It's horrendous. It's not a protein bar. It's a candy bar. 350 calories for 20 grams of protein. What? I don't even think they taste that good. I've heard or I've seen reviews on these and they say it sucks. Very sad that the industry is ruining 28 grams of added sugar. Are you kidding me? Look at the macros on here. 41 grams of carbs, no fiber, 28 grams of added sugar. Ridiculous. This last one that also grinds my gears just as bad as Gatorade, and I know this is worse than Gatorade in the fitness industry, weight loss community, specifically the Cliff Bar. Oh my, the Cliff Bar plagues a lot of people's weight loss journeys. So let's dive into this. 11 grams of protein times your 4 divided by 260. 17% of total calories comes from protein. Do you see how stupid this is? They recommend these protein bars as, healthy. Wait, is this one even less? This is 10 grams. Let's do the 10, 16% again. But this is labeled as a protein bar. And this is the type of stuff that they're giving out. That's horrendous. Do they label it as a protein bar? I don't even, it's an energy bar. Sustained energy. They put 10 grams of protein on the label. I don't know why. Is there 2 servings per thing? I don't get it. No fiber, like we talked about before, 4 times the amount of carbs than protein, almost more fats than protein. And they say that 10 grams of protein is a part of your daily value. So by those standards, they're saying 50 grams of protein is a daily value. I'd be dead on 50 grams of protein. That's a whole nother video of how the FDA and just this entire country absolutely scams everybody out of what they recommend in terms of macro and micronutrients. But yeah, 16% of total calories coming from protein. Don't eat Cliff Bars. It's going to kill your weight loss goals. You need something that is pushing around 40% of total calories coming from protein. 40% is the magic key. And to do the math on that, take your protein of whatever's on the nutrition label, multiply that by 4, divide that number by the total calories, and that is the percentage of total calories that comes from protein. Biggest takeaway, guys, when you're going to buy protein bars, you got to look at the protein to calorie ratio. When you're buying any food source, look at the protein to calorie ratio. This is one of the first things that I teach people and even my clients when they go try to make their own food sources without using me. If you're not having a coach or any type of dietitian or nutritionist help you, you need to be doing these types of calculations if you want to be successful on a weight loss journey. I'm sorry to say it, but it's just something that needs to be done. Protein to calorie ratio, remember it. Try pushing for 40% of total calories coming from protein. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like, drop a sub, and even drop a comment if you have any topics that you'd like for me to discuss or answer. And please join my private Facebook group for support, accountability, and even if you need some weight loss help of your own. Love you guys. Take care and good luck on your weight loss journey. Look forward to episode number 7.